In our wonderful after-school program, Netivot, a big part of the curriculum is learning Hebrew. We want to immerse the children in the world of Hebrew and have them have the ability to connect to our sacred texts, as well as when they go to Israel to be able to speak with people and to have a connection to the language that miraculously came alive after 2,000 years of not being spoken. And there is a question for how are we to teach kids who come once a week for 2 hours Hebrew? What's the best approach and what's the best methodology? And so week after week, I was teaching the Aleph Bet, going through the letters, and then afterwards forming words. And the kids were getting it slowly, but it really wasn't sticking in the best way. And then one day, our very own Shinshin Ro'i, he came in with an incredible idea. He brought a twister game and had the kids play, get up from the table and play, and he was calling out the names of the colors in Hebrew: Kachol, blue; Adom, red; Tzahov, yellow. And at the end of only 30 minutes, the kids knew it, just like that. They were able to get the letters in a different sort of way and understand the concept of language when we made it experiential. And this is something that is very important when it comes to education. How do we learn best? It's when we're fully immersed in the thing that we're learning, when it matters, when it's out in the world, not just in the texts that we read, but in the world around us. And in this Torah portion, Parshat Mishpatim, we actually have a very important line that the Israelites say after hearing law after law after law that Moses is reciting to them. They say this phrase, Na'aseh v'nishma. We will do and we will hear. Now, the sages always say this is a very strange combination. Wouldn't you want to first hear, understand what you're doing, and then afterwards really practice it? And the answer is no. What the Israelites said is that we will first do, and then we will come to understand through our doing. It's a model of experiential learning that has led our people to find a way through our tradition to do and then to understand. And it could be quite intimidating to just jump in and maybe even make some mistakes or not know why we're doing what we're doing, and only later come to understand it. But if we think about it, this is really the way that anyone learns, including children. They first do and they make mistakes, and afterwards they come to appreciate what it is that they have learned. And so this is a lesson that we can take for ourselves. And there's an incredible midrash, a story from the sages that they bring when Moses goes up to the mountain and he wants to bring the Torah back down. And the angels protest and they say, how can it be that there's a person of flesh and blood coming to take the Torah that is thousands and thousands of years? The sages say that the Torah was written at the time of creation and it was preserved in heaven until Moses came to take it down. And the angels, they wanted to block Moses and not let him take it. And God tells Moses, Moses, tell them, why are you taking it? And Moses says, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? And God gives him extra encouragement and says, you know why you need this. So he says to the angels, what does it say in the Torah? It says to honor your father and mother. Do you have fathers and mothers? He says, what does it say in the Torah? To keep Shabbat. And he asks the angels, do you work and then rest? Is that a paradigm that you work with? And he asks the angels again, do you murder? Do you need a law that says do not murder and do not steal and do not do all of these things? That is the Torah that is for us here in this world. The Torah that you think belongs up in heaven is not one that speaks to us. But the Torah that we have received is one that belongs to us in this world. And so in that way, the Torah speaks to us. And so it's okay if we think that maybe we'll make some mistakes, because in essence, what that midrash is telling us is that the Torah is for us. The reason why it's sacred is because it understands the language of humans, and that we will make mistakes and that we can find a way through them, through the laws of the Torah. And so with both of these ideas of first, na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and then we will listen, we will understand. And the second idea of it's okay to make mistakes as we're learning, that with those two things, we will really know what to do when we come to challenges or when we're learning something new. First, we have to fully immerse ourselves. And secondly, we have to be willing to make some mistakes, and that's okay. And with that, I hope that you can take your strength in whatever you're pursuing to learn and to fully jump into it. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom.